Hello, and welcome to Thrive, a podcast that gives you strategies and inspiration to help you live your best life.
Learn from us, two cancer survivors, as we show you how we don't just survive, but thrive.
Hi, I'm Garth Callahan. I'm a 5-time cancer survivor, but more importantly, I'm the original napkin notes dad. I've been writing notes to my daughter Emma and sticking them into her lunch ever since kindergarten.
I'm Dara Kurtz, author of the book Crush Cancer and creator of the online course Crush Cancer and creator of crazyperfectlife.com.
We have a really great show for you today. Both Dara and I are pretty new to podcasting, and although we've known each other for a few years, I think it's safe to say most of our conversations have centered on cancer, family, writing books, and social media. You would say that, right?
Cancer's definitely what brought us together. Yeah. Definitely.
Unfortunately. And so we're going to take this time to get to know each other a little bit better and to allow our audience to get to know us as well. I'm sure you've heard of the icebreaker game, Two Truths and a Lie. And so Dara and I are going to play that right now.
Yeah, and we haven't talked about this ahead of time.
We have not.
We just kind of said, because we both have teenage daughters, and we were kind of talking about an icebreaker that one of them had to do recently, and we thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun if we played this game? But we haven't talked about it. So literally I have no idea what Garth is going to say or really how it's going to go.
Did you have any problems coming up with your truths and lie?
I mean, honestly, I'm still struggling a little bit with...
We just started the show.
I know. I'm just being honest. I'm keeping it real. I'm still struggling with... No, I think I'm good. I'm good. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to come up with the lie. So I can come up with like bizarre truths that might sound like a lie, but I have trouble coming up with, I don't know.
I know. I'm right there. I was going through this, and one of my struggles was, you've read my book.
Yeah.
So you've read my book, Napkin Notes, and I start talking about my life early on, well before cancer.
I mean, honestly, I it's been a while since I read your book.
I know.
Being honest, but I do know you pretty well, and you know me pretty well. But okay, so how should we play?
Well, before we started, I just want to say I came up with what I thought were my 3 perfect, and then I realized they were all truths.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
So,
yeah.
It sounds like you might need a little bit more time to contemplate what your 3 might be.
You are a significantly talented opponent, meaning you come to the competition well prepared.
I am very competitive. I think you are as well. Maybe not quite as much.
I mean, I am a competitive person, but I don't think anyone competes with the Callahan competition.
We are a tough family.
I mean, y'all are hardcore competitors.
You know, Emma's playing the senior assassination this week.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
She left the house at like 6:30 and got her target before school.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know this is bizarre. So Garth and I both have senior daughters that are graduating from high school, and they have this game called Senior Assassins, which is quite honestly ridiculous given the landscape of our country right now,
Absolutely.
Truthfully. But basically, there are rules. They are each assigned someone to assassinate, and then they have squirt guns, water guns. So Zoe, who's my daughter, they were allowed to wear sports bras and exercise like pants. If they were in that, then they couldn't be assassinated.
Yes, yeah, some weird rule if you're not in real clothes, right?
Yeah.
So one of Emma's targets started stripping off his clothes.
Exactly, yeah. So not only does it promote walking around with a gun, it actually promotes girls walking around in no clothes, right?
Yes. Although I will say, Emma, she looks as good as Sydney Bristow from Alias.
I'm sure.
She was also outside this morning filling up a satchel with water balloons as if they were hand grenades.
Oh, wow. See, again, that's that Callahan competitive spirit. So Zoe got out. It's over with for her class. She's out. And I will have to say that I was almost happy when she was assassinated in Senior Assassins because it was pretty intense.
Emma Emma is, so I believe as of this morning, there were only 5 kids left.
Wow.
And there was a rule that tomorrow, if you haven't yet gotten your target out, you're automatically eliminated and they reshuffle. Emma got her target out this morning. So this is, I think, her 4th or 5th target.
Okay, that's impressive.
And she's really serious about it. Like
I have no doubt.
she's mapped out who has who and where they live and everything like that. Well, so there were 5, now there's 4. And Emma thinks that none of the 3 people who are left have gotten their original target.
So what will she win?
I think it's
money?
it's a $15 gift card. So it's not the gift card.
Oh my gosh!
It's the title of Senior Assassin.
Yeah, yeah. So everyone in Zoe's grade had to pay money
Yes.
to enter into this competition. I think the person who won got like $200.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I know, right?
Emma's group is much smaller, so I think the prize is mediocre, but the title, that's what she's going for.
All right. We need to get. See, this is what happens. We need to get.
Welcome to the Dara and Garth show, where we just rattle on about whatever pops into our head.
Yeah.
You know what? At this rate, we will never get sponsorships because they are going to think, what in God's name are they going to talk about today?
No, I don't think that's true. Okay. So how do you want to do this? You go ahead and just tell me the 3 and then I pick. Is that what you want to do?
Sure. Yeah. So one of us is going to tell the 3 and then we have to talk it through. And either I can go first or you can go first.
Oh, I want you to go first.
Okay. All right. So here are my 3.
Okay.
I saved my mom from drowning when I was a child.
Okay.
I have been on a plane which caught fire. I have visited a country which no longer exists.
Wow. This is hard.
I know, right?
Okay. I'm thinking the plane. I mean, I don't think you would just say that because I would never just pick messing with airplane karma if it wasn't true. So,
oh, that's hilarious.
I'm going to go ahead and take out the airplane. Okay.
Oh, so I will, in fact, give you a hint.
I think the airplane thing is true.
That is absolutely true. I was on a plane which had an electrical fire. I was asleep and woke up to a smoke-filled cabin.
Were you in the air? You were still in the air?
Oh, yeah, we were in the air. I was a cadet at the Air Force Academy, so it was an Air Force cargo plane. And we made an emergency landing and actually jumped out of the back of the plane, out of the cargo doors, as the plane was still landing, still taxiing down the runway.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So there you go.
Yeah. And I'm glad you didn't mess with airplane karma.
I didn't think about it that way, but now I'm starting to think about my other 2.
Okay. All right. Well, then that tells me that I think I kind of think I know which one the lie is.
Okay.
I think the lie is the one that you saved your mom from drowning.
That is, in fact, the lie. The truth. Yes. The truth is.
Thank you, everyone.
The truth is, that my mom saved me from drowning twice when I was a child.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently, I didn't learn very well.
I was going to say, were you just not shining in the swimming category?
I hadn't yet really had swim lessons, and the first time I decided I was going to jump off the diving board with the big kids, and it was a 10-foot deep pool, and apparently I came up once and then did not come back up again. So my mom jumped in fully clothed to pull me out of the water. And the second time we were at the Black River, which is a big swimming spot where I grew up, and there was one side of the bank that was pretty shallow and one side that had a sharp drop off, which I didn't know about. And I went off that sharp drop off and was well over my head and still didn't know how to swim.
Wow.
So
and then, yeah.
So I visited a country which no longer exists. When I was younger, I was an exchange student and I visited both East Berlin and East Germany.
Nice.
Which technically don't exist anymore. They're all part of a unified Germany.
Yeah. I was there last summer.
I know. I was very envious.
I know. I said to John this, actually yesterday, I said, John, I am so thankful for my life and I wouldn't want to change anything, But I just want to point out that right now, last year, we were about to go to Europe for a really long time. And I miss it. I love traveling.
No pressure, John.
Yeah, right? Okay. Those were good. Those were good. I would like to just point out that I got it.
Yes, you did. Congratulations. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. All right. Here's mine. And this is in no order. I feel like Garth can see me because we Skype. By the way, for those of you who don't know, we do not do this from the same place. I live in North Carolina. Garth lives in Virginia, and we do this via Skype. So that's why sometimes if it breaks up a little bit, it's not our technology skills, because remember, Garth is our technology person, and he is very good at that. It's really because we're doing this via Skype. Okay.
And so I am watching Dara live as she tells me her 2 truths and a lie, and I'm waiting to see if I see a clue.
Yeah, this will be interesting, actually. Okay, number 1. I was born in Richmond, Virginia. Number 2. Every time I take a walk, I find a 4-leaf clover, and I put it in a neighbor's mailbox. Number 3. I don't go to sleep at night without wearing socks.
Okay, so I have to say, the level of truths and a lie, plane fires and drowning versus socks in bed.
Yeah.
I think maybe you need to step it up a little bit.
I mean, honestly, I spent a really long time thinking about this.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and let's just see if you get it. So, don't judge.
So here's
here's
the problem with this game, right? I think I know you.
All right,
but now your 2 truths and a lie are actually questioning. I'm starting to question my knowledge of you. Like okay. I know you're from Richmond, so it kind of makes sense that you were born here. I know that you have a very definitive kind of process and method of getting to sleep, because we both have spoken to each other about our problems with sleep, and I think adding socks into the mix might be a thing. I wear socks to bed because my feet are cold because of treatment. I can see where that could be a thing. And the finding a 4-leaf clover every walk, though, like for me, I would say yes to something like that, except every walk. Like I know you walk a lot, and so do you really find a 4-leaf clover every single walk? Emma used to have a turtle that showed up on the first day of school. No joke. Randomly, we started seeing a turtle in our yard on the first day of school over and over and over again. Enough that we have pictures of said turtle. And I think it was a different turtle from time to time. But I can't say that we saw a turtle every first day of school. It was many, might even have been most. Oh, all right. So you're making me mad, Dara.
Ooh, success.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna say the 4-leaf clover one, because that just seems so not possible that you'd see one every single walk.
Garth Callahan, is that your final answer? That the 4-leaf clover is my lie?
Yes.
I'm sorry to say, but you have lost this game.
Is it the socks?
Okay. No, it is not the socks. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry to say that is another incorrect answer.
So I'm a 2-time loser.
You are a 2-time loser. This is something you're probably not used to having happen. Okay, let me break it down for you.
All right, this is the end of the show. Goodbye.
Here's the 411. Here's the 411. Number 1, I can't fall asleep without socks on my feet. It's just the way it is. Even when I was on my honeymoon in the Caribbean 25 years ago, I had socks. But every morning when I wake up, they are taken off and placed nicely, like in a ball, by my bed.
So, you have a sock elf.
Yes.
Like Dobby. You have a Dobby.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay. The second one, and this is the one that I know, I have the skill. I have the ability to find a 4-leaf clover. I can, while walking, okay, I'm walking. Oh, there's a little pile of 4-leaf clovers. Let me glance over. Oh, there's a four-leaf clover. And yes, I can literally just pick it out of the pile while walking. And I have decided, out of the fairness of all of the four-leaf clovers out there, that I only allow myself to pick one four-leaf clover per walk, because it's not fair to all the four-leaf clovers and all the other people in my neighborhood who look for four-leaf clovers. And then, since I have them all over my house falling out of every single book, I've decided, I started doing this a couple years ago, I like to put them in my neighbors' mailboxes. And I specifically like to find mailboxes that have mail in them because it works better. So like I'll go in and I'll squish down the four-leaf clover in between like a couple letters. So yes, I am probably breaking some law by like touching other people's mail, but I love to put four-leaf clovers in people's mailboxes.
You know,
and then the Richmond thing, yes, Garth, so simple, yet so wrong. I was actually born in Germany because my dad was he was in the army. So instead of going to Vietnam, he went to Germany, and that's where I was born.
You know, I should have guessed something as simple as that. You know, what I like to think about the clover thing, though, is not so much that you are doing this really random act of kindness, is that one of your neighbors has a four-leaf clover phobia. And every once in a while,
have a phobia.
And well, you know, who knows? People have phobias for everything, right?
Yeah,
and there's this one neighbor somewhere on your street or neighborhood. Every time he opens his mail, he sees a four-leaf clover and has a little panic attack.
No, I'm spreading happy cheer.
Oh, you know, I really like that. I have a neighbor who has,
and I don't think a lot of my neighbors are probably listening to this podcast because
yet.
That's right. Because I honestly haven't even told them about it. So anyway, maybe I'll.
Oh, you need to make a little, like a 3x5 card that says, "Hey, listen to the Thrive podcast, and here's a free four-leaf clover."
Yeah, because that wouldn't take any time to do.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so before we get to our Thrive tip, this is something we do every podcast, is we talk about a tip that can help our listeners thrive and be better in their lives and have more success and just bash through hurdles. I do want to say we are going to start incorporating our audience questions into the podcast. And so if you have a question that you would like one of us or both of us to answer, all you have to do is go to my website and ask us the question. And if your question is submitted and chosen, we will send you a small gift. And the way to go about doing that is to go to napkinnotesdad.com/podcastq. I made it as short as possible. Podcast Q is where you go. All you have to do is type in your name, email address, and then the question. And it will be submitted to both Dara and myself. And we'll evaluate it and take a look at it and see how we can work it into one of our future podcasts. So I think now it is time for the thriving tip. Dara.
Okay, the thriving tip. So whatever you're facing, whatever you're dealing with, the thriving tip today is to kind of, encourage you to have a little fun. Have a little fun. This game was really fun. This game was silly. When the senior class plays that Assassins game, it's fun. It's silly. It's just kind of a way to incorporate laughter, bringing in a smile and kind of a joyful experience. So we encourage you to, look at the landscape of your life and take note of maybe ways that you can bring in some fun to your family life, maybe at your job, just wherever. Incorporate a little bit of fun today. And, I think you're going to find that laughter definitely makes everything better.
Dara, I'll tell you, when I woke up this morning, I was feeling a little out of sorts. It's been a while since my stomach was kind of yucky. My stomach was a little yucky today. And
sorry,
to be honest, I wasn't really looking forward to doing this podcast today, but it was on the schedule. I knew I needed to do it. And I kind of knew that I just needed to dress up and show up. I needed to play the part, even if I wasn't quite ready. But laughing at myself, laughing at you, laughing with you, I have completely forgotten my woes of 2 hours ago. And I think that that's really important for people to realize that there's a lot to have fun with.
Yeah, and when it kind of changes the whole energy of everything. So, if you're serious or you're having dinner with your family and maybe everyone's grumpy or tired, just kind of, play this game with them. Seriously.
Think about this. Think about how the dreaded Thanksgiving dinner question is. What are you thankful for this year?
You haven't ended Thanksgiving. Okay, I just want to say, Garth Callahan, you're not Thanksgiving friendly. That is the second time you busted on that poor little Thanksgiving holiday.
Well, I think I grew up in a really big Irish Catholic family.
Yeah.
And like really big families. I think my parents were the only people on both sides of the family to only have 2 kids. There were 3 and 4 and 5 kids. Irish Catholic, that's what we do, right?
There's a lot of people.
A lot of people. And it was just always kind of a, let's cram as many people in, and we can't even fit everybody into the dining room. We've got to use adjacent rooms and the card table here. And it's just, for me, Thanksgiving has always been a little bit more stressful than what I'd like it to be. But I think, and then there's the, before you can eat, you have to say what you're thankful for.
Well, and also like you shared the other day in one of our previous episodes, you are more of an introvert than I think a lot of people think.
Yes.
And so when you are in an environment where there are probably people, it sounds like, in every possible space, that was probably part of the reason that you felt that.
Very
but
stressful.
I actually am one of those people. I love to, hey, everyone, let's take a few minutes and go around the table and say what we're thankful for. Well, in fact, I love that. And then my kids roll their eyes. But
this is a way to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So, and before we go on to the quote of the week, I do want to share with you, I have summer socks and I have winter socks just for bed.
Okay, I do not have that.
So the summer socks I have are really thin and lightweight, right? So they don't make my feet hot, but they still give me the coverage.
I need that.
I bought them at Costco. They're athletic socks and they're very thin, but they're nice to have on my feet. And they're not heavy. They don't weigh me down. They don't make my feet sweat at night.
Nice.
So I appreciate your fondness for bedtime footwear.
Wonderful.
Okay, so our quote of the week is something that I wrote to Emma a couple of years ago on a napkin, and I think really sums up how Dara and I feel about ourselves. And it's very evident through how we talk to each other and how we came up with our 3 questions or our 3 points today. And the quote is, "Not everybody likes me, and I'm okay with that. It's not their job to like me. It's mine." And I feel like sharing some of my inner secrets and really trying to come up with some things that Dara wouldn't know about me, right? So if one of my points was I was married in a funeral home, that's one that I do a lot, but Dara would probably get that because we've talked about it and she knows my family history and she's read the book. My coworkers might not get that. So I really worked hard to come up with things that were strong memories for me, and maybe I could trick Dara. So unfortunately, I was not as good as I thought that I was going to be, and I was the one who was tricked.
This is Garth swallowing some humble pie.
Can you? Oh, and again, because we're doing this over Skype, Dara can see me. My face is getting really red because I'm losing. I've lost.
I actually love your quote because I always say that, and in fact, something like that. I was talking to my kids the other day, and I was trying to say something similar to that, which is, not everyone's going to like you, and people who don't like you aren't your people.
Right? They aren't your people.
They're not your people, and it's okay. And when you just start to kind of embrace yourself and fully love yourself for who you are, and you stop trying to maybe be a certain way to impress or please other people, then it's very freeing. Don't you feel like that's freeing?
It is. And also what's going to happen is that you're going to attract your people at that point, right? So if you're not trying to alter your personality or your behavior so that everybody likes you, if you're doing what you should be doing because of who you are, more people who like that type of person are going to start to want to hang out with you.
Yeah, and then it's going to be more fun because you're going to be surrounded by the people that bring out the best in you.
I think we just came up with another podcast topic.
I love it. Yeah.
So,
shocker.
Yeah, this is what happens, right? Dara and I could talk forever, and we've now come up with 20 or 30 topics. We now have another one to add to the list, and we will go on hopefully forever.
And we hope that you join us.
We do. So if we actually have something to ask you. So like I said earlier, we're very new to podcasting. We're just getting started. We have had a couple of episodes, and we're growing our audience. If you like us, please tell your friends, share our podcast on social media, and let them know how to best subscribe. And if they don't know how to subscribe, or they don't even know what a podcast is, they can go to both of our websites and find information about how to subscribe. And we really walk people through it. We're really looking to grow this audience, and we can't thank you enough for sticking around with us. We're very thankful to be here and to have you with us. I am Garth Callahan, the Napkin Notes Dad. You can find me on my website, napkinnotesdad.com. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram using @napkinnotesdad. And you can always go to Facebook, which is facebook.com/napkinnotes. Thank you for listening.
And I'm Dara Kurtz. You can follow me at crazyperfectlife.com, and I'm on Facebook at crazyperfectlife and Instagram at crazyperflife. Thanks for being here. Have a great week.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thrive is created by Dara Kurtz of Crazy Perfect Life and Garth Callahan, the Napkin Notes Dad, with the hope that we help you develop motivation and inspiration to make your life remarkable.
It would mean so much to us if you shared this with your friends and family and left us a review on iTunes. Remember, you deserve to thrive.